Among the frozen mountains, Lake Titicaca glistens like a mystical mirror at nearly 4,000 meters above sea level. There lives one of the region's rarest and most endangered inhabitants, the Titicaca grebe. Unlike any other bird, it cannot fly, making it a hostage to the very waters that are now drying up and becoming polluted. Only around 200 to 300 individuals remain in the world, a staggering number for a species that once ruled this high-altitude ecosystem. And it's not alone. The Lake Titicaca water frog, with its nearly translucent skin, is another symbol of this silent struggle. Adapted to a highly specialized diet, it now faces pollution, invasive species, and habitat degradation. It's striking to think that such fragile creatures endure such a harsh climate while fighting off far more intense threats brought by humans. They stand as the front line between life and ecological collapse in the Andean aquatic ecosystem. If you, like me, believe that every creature has a vital role in Earth's balance, take a look at the material we've linked in the description. It's a practical way to turn awareness into action, and maybe inspire others to help protect what can still be saved. Now, get ready for vivid colors, salt, cold, and flamingos filtering algae. Our next stop is Laguna Colorada. Imagine a lake tinted red by microscopic algae like Dunaliella salina, surrounded by salt, wind, and silence. Now add 3 types of flamingos, the Andean, Chilean, and James's flamingos, walking slowly in search of food, filtering the shallow waters with a delicacy that feels almost choreographed. Each species has found its own ecological niche, avoiding direct competition and maintaining the delicate balance of the local ecosystem. These birds are not there by chance. Their long legs withstand the biting cold of high altitudes, and their salt glands help them survive in hypersaline environments. It's as if they were born for this unique landscape, a living example of animal adaptation and biological specialization. They are essential pieces of this ecosystem, and at the same time, a breathtaking visual spectacle. If these images are now etched in your mind, imagine being able to carry a piece of that beauty with you. Take a look at the link down in the description. There's something there that resonates with the rare beauty of Laguna Colorada. But we're not done yet, because beyond the flamingos, other surprising birds share this territory. Let's meet them now. These 3 birds may not be as famous as the flamingo, but each holds an impressive evolutionary secret. The giant coot, for example, builds floating nests on high-altitude lakes, a natural engineering masterpiece made from interwoven plants and twigs. Then there's the Andean goose, which not only flies at altitudes that challenge even small aircraft, but is also one of the few birds that can feed in areas nearly devoid of oxygen. And finally, we have Darwin's rhea, a tireless runner of the dry regions of Patagonia and the Altiplano. With its small wings and long legs, it resembles an ostrich, but its role in the ecosystem goes further. It helps disperse seeds, controls insect populations, and adapts masterfully to arid environments. It's the very definition of ecological balance in motion. Each of these birds represents a unique response to the challenges of life at high altitudes. Want to see these survival strategies illustrated in powerful images? Then check out the link below in the description. There's some bonus content that dives deeper into these incredible behaviors. Now, let's meet an animal that only comes out at night and survives by dust bathing its body. At the top of rocky slopes, when the sun sets and the cold intensifies, it's time for the chinchilla to emerge from its den. Small, agile, and incredibly cute, this creature is a true example of animal adaptation. Its fur is so dense, over 20,000 hairs per square centimeter, that it can't bathe in water. Instead, it cleans itself by rolling in fine dust. That's right, a dry bath that protects it from fungi and bacteria. But don't be fooled into thinking that living in the Andes is just about dealing with the cold. The chinchilla must find food in an arid, scarce environment. Its diet is extremely selective, made up of small plants and roots it collects with near-surgical precision. That's why it has become a symbol of resilience and sophistication within Andean wildlife. Sadly, it was once hunted to near extinction for its valuable fur. Today, it's protected by law and conservation programs, a partial but crucial victory. And if you find it fascinating how such a delicate animal survives in such a harsh environment, check out the link in the description. There you'll find rare footage showcasing these unique behaviors. Now, how about we shift our gaze to those who live between the mountain peaks and the stars? With their feet firmly rooted in tradition? Long before any borders were drawn on maps, the Aymara and Quechua peoples were already living in harmony with the Andes Mountains. They didn't just survive there, they shaped their lives to the rhythm of extreme altitudes and unpredictable seasons. They domesticated llamas and alpacas, harvested salt from the Salar de Uyuni, and built civilizations like Tiwanaku with a sense of purpose and connection that still amazes us today. To these peoples, nature is not a resource, it's a sacred being. Pachamama, or Mother Earth, is honored in ceremonies, rituals, and daily acts of gratitude. Faith in God walks hand in hand with ancestral spirituality, creating a bridge between the sacred and the tangible. They know when to plant by watching the wind, and when to harvest by listening to the birds. It's a quiet yet profound wisdom that shapes every step on Andean soil. And if this sparked a desire in you to learn more, to see with your own eyes how tradition and nature coexist, then save the link down below in the description. There's visual and symbolic content there that captures this living legacy in soul-stirring detail. But before we wrap up, there's still one more Andean resident to meet. Shy, yet powerful in what it represents: freedom and protection. Let's go to him. In the coldest, most unforgiving corners of the southern Andes, where the wind howls relentlessly and sparse vegetation clings to rocky soil, lives the huemo, a native deer that few ever see, yet plays a vital role in the balance of the ecosystem. It doesn't move in herds, it avoids trails, and its shyness is almost poetic. But behind this discreet behavior lies an animal uniquely adapted to the harsh climate and scarcity of the high Andean valleys. The huemul helps regulate vegetation and maintain the natural cycle of the mountains. Its quiet presence is a sign of a healthy ecosystem. Yet this very discretion makes it difficult to protect. With an estimated population of just 1,500 individuals scattered between Chile and Argentina, it's one of the most endangered mammals in the region. Illegal hunting, habitat loss, and climate change continue to threaten this symbol of freedom. And once again, the question arises, what can we do for it? One possible answer is in the link we've left in the description. There you'll find meaningful content that shows how even small actions can have a massive impact when it comes to protecting biodiversity in the Andean nations. Now that we've crossed a journey of survival through the heights, maybe it's time to look at the numbers that support everything we've seen so far. Sometimes, the most powerful stories aren't told through words, they're told through numbers. One example? Lake Titicaca, the lifeblood of the Andes, has dropped by more than 1 meter in just 3 years, a direct reflection of climate change and growing pollution. Meanwhile, the Titicaca grebe, one of the region's most iconic birds, now numbers no more than 300 individuals. A statistic that should trigger alarm in any conscious mind. On the other side of the spectrum, we find stories of hope. The vicuña population, once on the brink of extinction, has jumped from 6,000 to over 400,000 thanks to environmental conservation projects. Victories like this show the power of collective action when guided by knowledge and a deep respect for biodiversity. Now, consider the huemul. Fewer than 1,500 remain today, scattered across remote and silent regions, fighting not to vanish without a trace. These numbers are not cold, they are heartbeats. They represent life, loss, and above all, possibilities. If you want to better understand how these statistics take shape on the ground, check out the complementary content linked in the description. There's something there that visually brings this reality to life and will help you see the Andes through new eyes. Now that we've crossed data, species, and traditions, it's time to reflect with the heart. In the majestic Andes, where every gust of wind carries ancient stories, every creature, from the tiny Titicaca water frog to the powerful puma, plays a vital role. They are the silent guardians of this land, maintaining harmony within the harsh Andean ecosystem. And us, we are witnesses to it. But are we truly stepping up to play our part in this story? After everything you've seen here, tell me, which of these animals moved you the most? What scene stayed with you? Leave your comment. It helps give a voice to those who cannot speak. And if you felt that this content changed you somehow, made you look at nature through new eyes, then like this video, subscribe to the channel, and activate notifications. There are still many stories soaring through these mountains. Oh, and before you go, check the link in the description. It might be the most beautiful way to continue this conversation beyond the screen. Because understanding the wild world is just the beginning. Protecting, respecting, and sharing, that's what comes next. See you in the next episode.